Greetings! Welcome to another episode of Porygondolier. The third part of what became a mini-series that was only meant to be a single stream, but here we are on part 3. As you can see, quite close to the end of the game. Last time, we did manage to get as far as Lance, but he proved to be completely insurmountable thanks to the joys of Hyper Beam. And just for anybody joining for the first time, or watching after the fact for the first time, just to reintroduce what this challenge is, we're playing Pokemon Red. Strictly speaking, this is an offshoot from Pokemon Red and Blue Ghost Lock, the ROM hack I'm working on, where I've added Politoed. We have Politoed here called Polyswag, and Cursola, who hadn't been added to the game yet. The reason for these two is that they both learn Perish Song at level 1, and they are the only Pokemon to do so. And we are attempting to clear the entire game by using Perish Song and switching between the two. We're also allowed to use some other moves, but we're not allowed to use anything that actually damages the enemy. So we are allowed to use Hypnosis to reduce the damage we take. We can borrow certain moves with Mimic. We're not allowed to use Water Gun. And if we take a look at Cursola, we have Harden, that's fine, Disable is also fine, and Rest is also fine, so we get to use all of these moves. As you can see, we've already used 2 PP ups on Perish Song for Cursola, and 3 for Polyswag. This is all 5 PP ups that we can get at this point in the game. There's one more in the post game, we can't get to that yet. So 15 Perish Songs is all we get. This is slightly problematic, because it means I can't just blindly go through the Pokemon League. I have to be a little bit careful with elixirs and ethers, which are essential to complete this challenge. We do have quite a few. We've got a max ether, 2 elixirs, and if we go down a little bit, another ether and another max elixir. We have all the different varieties. So between the last stream and this stream, I have done a little bit of training. I believe when we finished the last one, Requiem the Cursola was at level 50, and Polyswag the Politoed was at level 48. And I didn't want to spend too much time on the stream just leveling them up, because that was clearly going to be required. So I have spent about half an hour in between just doing that. I've also bought a bunch of irons, as Hyper Beam was definitely the problematic move last time. So I'm going to go ahead and use 2 irons on each of these. And that is all I can afford at the moment. I've also got 1 more floor candy, which I'm going to go ahead and use on Polyswag here, just to level the playing field a little bit. Requiem is in the fast level up group. Polyswag was medium slow, I think. Can't quite remember. It was in a slightly slower group anyway. So with that done, we can jump right back into the Pokemon League. And in order to do that, we need to switch over to the serious music. Which, as it was pointed out to me last time, might not be serious enough, but never mind. Right, let's jump right in, give it a go. I'm pretty confident in my ability to beat Bruno and the Ice Lady at this point, although I have had quite a few close fights while I've been doing the training. There's Song. To be honest, most of the issues I've had while I've been training have been my own error, basically. hopefully we shall be alright. There we go, one down. Blastoise says, I missed 2 streams and you're a VTuber now. What has the world come to? I know, it was a surprise to me too. I woke up one morning and I was ghastly. How many Ghastlies can do this? Wait, not that one. Ah. I feel like I might be overusing this one slightly though. There we go. And don't worry, Blastoise, there will probably be a combined condensed version of this, as the first 2 streams together are already 8 hours. This ended up being a much more difficult challenge than I expected for a few reasons. Largely glitches. A Blissey run? Ooh. What would we do with a Blissey run? Copious amounts of soft boiled. There we go. One more. Nope. I did find last time that sometimes it's good to start off with Hypnosis and then go for Perish Song. It's a bit of a gamble, but it can help you out in certain situations if you get the sleep, especially if the sleep sticks. But it's not terribly necessary here. Alright, one down. I should have plenty of full restores. I thought I would have. There might be a couple short. To be honest, I think we'll be fine. I'm going to save just in case, but I'd rather use full restores after this battle, where I'm unlikely to take much damage anyway. Perish Song. X Defend. I noticed that sometimes X Defend seems to be grey and sometimes it seems to be blue, as in the little circles. I'm not sure why it's different sometimes. Something odd going on there. I do quite like it when it's blue though, it looks kind of cool. I was wondering if it's meant to be themed towards defense, attack, speed and whatnot. I'm not sure if defense is supposed to be blue or not though. I mean, I guess it can be. Alright. Yeah, that's usually not great when that happens. Okay. Counter is fine. Good. Ooh. Oh yes, we should talk about Mega Kick. So in episode 2 of our little series, there was something very odd going on with Agatha where her Gengars and Haunter were learning Mega Kick. That was entirely my fault, I fixed that now. It was actually meant to be Perish Song, completely unrelated to this stream. There's a feature in Ghost Lock, which gives all Ghost-type Pokemon on enemy teams a 25% chance to learn special moves. And Ghastly Haunter and Gengar's special move just so happens to be Perish Song. However, I had made some slight errors, resulting in it being Mega Kick. Oops. So that was a little bit confusing. All sorted now. We're running a little bit close. Wouldn't have been so close if we'd used the full restore, but I think we'll just about squeeze through. Maybe. Especially if he keeps using moves like Leah, I think we'll be alright. Yeah, focus energy is fine. I'm actually going to stick with Requiem. Because if I switch and then it knocks out Politoed, then there's kind of more risk. So I'm going to let them both faint. That's fine. We'll miss out on a little bit of XP, but it's sort of safer. And I've got revives, that's fine. Oops. You misheard full restore as Pory Store. Yes, the home of all the best Pory merch. That doesn't exist. Alright. With that done, we now need to start using ethers and elixirs. So let's see. Politoed's still got 3 perish songs, so I'm going to go ahead and use an ether on Cursola to get it up to 7. And hopefully that'll be enough. We do tend to burn a lot of perish songs here due to Agatha's tendency to switch. Just check that, so we have 7 on there and 3 on there, and a fairly good chance. Now I won't save because I don't want to lock in the item usage, as it were. And as mentioned, there's a good chance that one of her Gengars or Haunter does actually know Perish Song. I don't know Perish Song though. Obviously I didn't hit that 25% chance. Or maybe it's because I'm a free Ghastly. I'm a wild Ghastly. Great start! Just what we like to see. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and switch. Give it some chance to wake up. Oh, come on. Not Dream Eater. Again! Good work. Well, at least you didn't switch. Things are not great for Polyswag. If it's not too personal, what moves do you know? I definitely don't know Lick, I know it for sure, look. I'm sticking my tongue out, it doesn't work, I haven't done that bit yet. So, I can confirm that I do not know Lick. I'm also unable to make the screen go wavy, so I'm pretty sure I don't know Nightshade either. I do know a move that makes me go partially invisible. See if that one's working. Aha! Not sure how useful that is, but I can be translucent if I'd like to be. 50% opacity, as it were. There we are. I'm not sure what that move would be called. Right, I've got distracted now. Did I use Perish Song here? Gonna go ahead and use Hypnosis and see. Oh, good. Okay. Right. Sticking with Polyswag. Perish Song. She's just switching. Perish Song. Alright. Over to Requiem. There we go. Ooh. No! Okay, well, that's the first casualty of the day. To be fair, Agatha is always going to be a little bit on the... What's the word? She's not going to be very consistent. because she's Agatha. And her switching is actually a viable strategy against me this time, whereas usually it's just like a thing that she does. If anything, it usually just wastes turns. But I did muse that she might be the hardest battle in the entire game, but clearly Lance was tougher, because I've beaten Agatha 2 or 3 times so far. We tried Lance quite a few times last time. Ah, we're confused. Right. I'm gonna just switch as soon as I'm confused from now on. I think that'll be better. There you go. Dream Eater is good. Confused. That means it's time to switch. She agrees. Come on now, let's not be silly. What's all this switching about? Woke up immediately faint, yes. Love it when that happens. Oh, forgot to switch. There we go. Okay, we'll switch since Polyswag is confused. HP is looking pretty bad. And we're asleep. Really don't fancy my chances now. Paralysis is almost as bad. Well, almost. Right, okay. Oh, Agatha. I think we shot it. Yeah. 6 or 7 levels higher than last time, and I can't even beat Agatha. Doesn't bode very well, does it? I suppose if I beat her immediately, it'd be a very short stream. Right, there's song. Disable. Hypnosis disabled, that's good. Okay, here comes the confusion. Right. Today's fail count 02. Yes. That's alright. Hoping that once we get through Agatha, Lance will be significantly less impossible than last time, but we shall have to see. This is looking a little bit better already. In with the Perish song, I may have spoke too soon on this battle. Okay, that was fine. Polyswag's alright. Again with the speaking too soon. That Haunter just did so much damage to the team. I think Haunter has pretty much carried this battle for her. Oh, at least it doesn't have Mega Kick. Oh no! Okay, I'm going to switch up the strategy a little bit now. I'm going to try and put Gengar to sleep straight away. I'm going to be a Hypnosis first, Perish Song second kind of battle. I think that could be good. Okay. At least then, if she does switch, when she switches back in, they might still be asleep. Okay. Over to Golbat. Same again. Hypnosis. It's a shame Hypnosis is terrible. We're confused, okay. I'm gonna bail on this strategy for a while. Okay. Oh, we'll bail on the bail. Now I'm gonna bail on the bail on the bail. Golbat. Are you kidding me? 5 times in a row. 6 times in a row. 7. I could do this all day. 8. Haze. 8 confuses in a row. I mean... And not a single switch. But she's gonna switch now. No, okay. Wow. Right. Probably should have switched for the hypnosis, but never mind. Okay, let's go Perish Song and then... Never mind. Haunter can do that for us. Thank you, Haunter. That saves me some PP. Okay, never mind. It's actually doing the strategy against me. She used Perish Song twice and switched. She's actually surprisingly good at this. Requiem. Just, oh, okay. And there's the Perish Song from Haunter. Thank you very much. Confusion fine when paired with sleep. Another Perish Song. Okay, well that's Haunter gone at last. 2 left. Well, we're all out of Perish Songs here, so... Hypnosis. Please. Okay. I could really do have a recovery move on Polyswag there. I do somewhat regret not giving rest to Polyswag. I think that might have been better. Right, Polyswag. Let's hope that we take a status move or something. Ah, good. Okay. It's very close. Toxic is kind of fine. Especially if we do this. I mean, Dream Eater's not great, but that wasn't too bad. I'm actually just going to stick with it. Same as earlier. Allow Requiem to faint. Gengar will also faint. And Politoed will survive to win us the battle. Right, I've used 1 Ether. But it's not like I need all 5 of these items to actually win. I'm going to go ahead and save because that was... What was that? 4 attempts? And we'll also go ahead and use full restores, revives, and all that stuff. All those good things. There we go. And we can finally see if it's made a difference against Lance. I'll also remember that I've got a controller and the keyboard can be a little bit less noisy. Now, what did we do last time? I believe we would be starting against Gyarados. I think Polyswag was the ideal choice. Wait. Ah, yes, okay. So, after the saving has already happened. I'll save again just to be sure. Now we're going to use another item. A normal elixir should do on Polyswag. So we've got maxed out Perish Songs, maxed out Hypnosis, max everything, that's good. We've got an extra 5 Perish Songs over here. we should be fine. But again, it's kind of a hypnosis first, perish song second kind of strategy that seemed to be working last time, to an extent. It obviously wasn't working that well. It has the potential to work. Alright. Stick with the hypnosis. Dragon Rage is okay. Hydro Pump's not... Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Those extra levels seem to be doing the trick. Right, back to Polyswag. Really, we just don't want to take a Hyper Beam. Of course, Hyper Beam to Cursola is fine. So we want to be using Hypnosis, Perish Song. It has woken up, but I think I'm just going to switch. I don't want to be taking too many Dragon Rages either, though. Let's hope for the best. Agility is great. Let's see if we can disable Dragon Rage. That would be good, wouldn't it? No. We can use Rest, though. I think it might be a bit early, but because Requiem is so slow, I feel like you have to go in with the Rest pretty early. Polyswag. I feel like Dragonair just had a sleeping animation over its head. I'll have to check that in the footage afterwards. Instead of... No, it must have been Cursola, I don't know. I think I'm seeing things. Okay. Over to Requiem. Agility. Okay. Really, the worst it can do, I think, is Dragon Rage. That was great. Okay. Now, Aerodactyl. It's got Takedown, Hyper Beam, possibly Rocks, Rock Throw, Rock Slide, one of those two, and something else. I think stick with Requiem. Supersonic, okay. So there's not really much that it can do against the Cursola. Yeah, Hyper Beam is fine. Over to Polyswag. Nice. I don't want to call it too soon, but I think we might have this one in the bag. If I'd used Perish Song... If I'd used Perish Song instead of trying to use Hypnosis, I might have. Ah, well, we can't win now. Never mind. Let's try that again. That was definitely a lot better than last week. Right. We need to not forget the elixir. And let's try that again. I love it when the hypnosis works. Let's just switch straight away. He doesn't seem to be clever enough to not use Hyper Beam on Cursola, which is just wonderful, really. Hydro Pumps, whatever. Oh, okay. Looks like we're doing Perish Song first. Wow, Hyper Beam really didn't do that much. I thought that would be a lot worse. Who would have thunk it? leveling up your Pokemon makes them stronger. Okay. Hyper Beam. Right, yes, so sticking with Cursola for this one. Straight in with Perish Song. Okay, Confusion's not great. But we'll stick with it. Well, can't stick with it for any longer now. Take down Mist, that's good. Right. Let's stick with Polyswag, straight for Perish Song. We don't want a repeat of last time. Barrier's great. Hypnosis. Three barriers in a row. 4 barriers in a row. Thank you very much, Dragonite. I couldn't have gone much better, really. You know, I've never understood why the colon in the little level symbol is to the left of the L. Yeah, I have no idea either. Why? I've looked at that a few times and wondered about that myself. It's quite strange. I like it, but I don't understand it. Right. John cannot switch. We have 4 Perish Songs on there, and 4 on there. And that's enough Perish Songs. We have plenty of Hypnoses. I think we're good. I think we can even save because we still have Max Ether, Elixir, and Max Elixir. I think even if we get completely stuck here, I think we're fine. Full restores. Save the game. Let's go. John! Hey! I was looking forward to seeing you, Beyonce. My rival should be strong to keep me sharp. While working on Pokédex, I looked all over for powerful Pokemon. Not only that, I assembled teams that would beat any Pokemon type. And now, I'm going to lose to Perish Song. Aha! Right. Pidgeot. We definitely have a few levels of disadvantage here. Not so much on Requiem though. We've done a fairly good job of catching up. We are almost 19 hours into the playthrough though. Starting with Mirror Move, that's good. Glowing. Flying type moves can hit Requiem. Keep trying to put it to sleep. Oh yeah, that hurts. Okay. John's blue lipstick in the overworld. Yeah. I like it too. Guy's got style. Right. We might have been better off going Politoed here. I don't know why I'm calling it Politoed. Polyswag's other nickname. Unofficial nickname. Politoed. We can get Recover here though. Try Hypnosis and then Mimic. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna need it. I copied the wrong move. That was weird. You see the HP jump back up from 21 to 96 there. That was strange. I wonder if that's a Gen 1 thing or if that's a new thing. I would say that's probably a Gen 1 thing, but I don't think I've noticed that one. Well, mess that up a little bit. No, there's definitely a strategy there of copying recover for what will probably be the next attempt. Horn drill could hit, I think. We're almost certainly slower than redrawn. Right. Polyswag's just taking far too much damage. This is okay. Gyarados. Hit a bit harder than Lance's Gyarados. There we go. Okay, yeah, well, mistakes were made. Let's try that again. I know very well why I'm calling it Politoed. Yeah, I do. Alright, we're all set up to go. I can't not see it as blue lipstick now. You've possibly ruined John's sprite for me. Pidgeot is officially faster than Polyswag. Not again. I'll switch just to spread out the damage. Okay. Perish Song. Need to get that recover. I'm going for it. Let's go straight for recover. Nice. Okay. Stick with Polyswag or we'll lose recover. And we'll go for Perish Song. I don't know if it has any moves that can actually hurt me, but just to be sure. Hypnosis. Okay, I want to use recover before switching now. Have a perfect condition Polyswag. The best Pokemon card on the playground. And so we will switch back to Polyswag to take on Gyarados. Hypnosis is bad. Not that bad, okay. Okay. Get it back to sleep. Objective now is to get Cursola resting. Okay. We're in a pretty good spot here. Don't want to call it too soon. That hurts. Oh no! Critical hit. I see there's some kind of path here. We're finding it. I definitely feel like this is possible. If I was a Pokemon card, with the cards having famously unorthodox attacks, such as Everyone Explode Now, what would my attacks be? Can I just have Spore? I would really like a good sleep-inducing move. Wait. Oh, I see what just happened. It mirrored the sleep back at me. There I was thinking I'd put put Pidgeot to sleep, but no. Okay, that went really badly. I think Spore is at the top of my wish list right now. I would take Lovely Kiss. Can't remember if Jinx is a Perish Song user or not, actually. I think it might be. Just not at level 1. How tough is it to get Hypnosis on the first turn? Nice, okay, we have stopped Sky Attack. And it's awake. Okay. Oh! Wait, is this supposed to work like that? I'm pretty sure that's a Gen 1 thing, but... So when it goes to sleep, it continues to sleep with its Sky Attack charged up, and then it gets to do it afterwards. That's a bit cheeky. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that when I do it. I might be wrong. Alright. I do want to try and get Recover again for Politoed. That hurts a lot. Okay. Oh, Alakazam is relentless. Never seen that before, the Sky Attack thing. I've seen things a little bit like it. I think things like Thrash, Rage of course, but I think Thrash also does that, so if you're in the middle of thrashing and you go to sleep, when you wake up I think it carries on, I might be wrong. There's a few little things like that where you would expect it to reset the charging up status, but it doesn't. So I certainly haven't touched that move, so I don't think that was me, but I'll check it afterwards. Right. Okay, finally a good start versus Pidgeot. Much better. Much better. Very happy with that. Right, okay. Straight to Polyswag. We'll grab Recover just in case. I think Recover is a more safe choice than Hypnosis, actually. Although we can try one turn of Hypnosis and then still go for Mimic. Let's do that. Okay. As long as we get Recover. And the great thing is, next up is Rhydon. That works really well. Straight for Recover. We can outspeed Rhydon, so no Horn Drill risk, and we can definitely heal up before it does any damage to us, although I'm not convinced it can. It might have one attacking move. All in all, it's pretty terrible. Right, we need to recover and switch. Back to Cursola. Gyarados. Right, straight back to Politoed. Ooh, okay. At least it can't do anything on the next turn. We now need Cursola to do most of the heavy lifting. Arcanized Takedown was quite bad last time, so let's stick with Cursola. Takedown can't hit us. Ember's fine. Let's see if we can disable Takedown. It's a long shot. Ember, that's actually worse. Okay. I don't know if I dare use Rest, but I don't know if I dare not. I think we're better. Come on, Polyswag. Hang on. Why is Arcanine doing a sleeping thingy? There's definitely something weird going on here. Right. We can't stick with Polyswag. We need our sleeping Cursola to do everything now. Mega Drain's fine. That hurts. Okay. What do we want to do? I think we can survive another Razor Leaf. Let's go Perish Song. I've got an idea. Let's send out Politoed to tank, not tank, but basically be a sacrificial lamb for the Solar Beam. It's better than Cursola taking the damage, and we can do that because we've already done Perish Song. This also clears Requiem's Perish Song. All we need to do now is survive. And we can probably do that with Rest. Hopefully. We shall now sleep and hope for the best. That's it. We have beat the game. Today I learned that Politoed isn't kosher. We learn new things every day. I'm quite pleased with that. It's surprising when you have a few other moves surrounding Perish Song, how you can build up a little bit more of a strategy with it, rather than just switching backwards and forwards. It's good stuff. So... Polyswag, level 57. And Requiem, level 60. Complete the game in a grand total of 19 hours and 9 minutes. Approximately 9 hours of stream time and an additional 3 or 4 off stream. So that was quite a lot. Rather good fun. I do think I'd quite like to have a go at this in Gen 2. Maybe not straight away, but it would be something interesting to try. I think the AI in Gen 2 is also possibly more clued up about switching when you're using Perish Song, so that could be interesting to see. It might just make the entire challenge completely impossible. Of course, Gen 1's AI has no idea what a Perish Song is. That may change in the future with Ghost Lock, but for now it has no idea. Which was quite amusing, as one of our hardest challenges was the Juggler with 3 Drowsies and a Kadabra. And we almost ran out of PP. So yeah, I think it'd be quite interesting to try in Gen 2. Let's zoom through the credits. It is a shame we don't have Volo in this ROM. And it wouldn't be something quick to add either. Nor would it be particularly quick to add Perish Song back into my other ROM, so there's a bit of an incompatibility issue there, but if there's any demand for Politoed and Cursola versus Volo, I will be happy to look into finding a way to make that happen in the future. We can't do it at the moment. Well, I suppose we could call that the epilogue episode if it happens. And yeah, we're done. So that was pretty quick. I did just want to come on today and kind of finish that off. I will now probably, maybe not immediately, but in the near-ish future, take all 3 parts, the full 9 hours, and compress it down into, I don't know, an hour or whatever it comes out to. But that is pretty much all I have for today. Which means I can switch over to the ending music. Always up for a V-Volo battle. Yeah. Volo battles, I have done a couple of Volo battles on stream. I did it in my Giratina run. It was quite long. It was surprisingly difficult. Probably because our opponent was a double Giratina with 50% boost on all of its stats. That was probably why. I've also done Wheezing on stream, and that was also very long, so I'm not entirely sure that Volo really fits the streaming format, as it can be quite repetitive, but I think with Perish Song it might be fine. Kind of just depends how forgiving Giratina is, which is usually not at all. If I do get round to that one, I may have to do a couple of pre-attempts and see if a great amount of leveling up is required, or just loosen the rules on rare candies and things. Otherwise it could just end up being a lot of training on stream. But yeah, we can certainly look into it. It's a crazy idea, a stream where we're playing a game and in the background you're also doing a Volo run. Wow. That's giving my brain a lot of things to focus on. But maybe. So yeah, I appreciate that was quite a short stream. But yeah, we'll do some more streams in the near future. Thank you to everyone for joining. I look forward. Wait. I'd like to wish you a wonderful day, and I look forward to welcoming you back to a new video very, very soon. For now, bye!